You can nickel and dime your friends. That's your choice. I am not the friend and relationship police. And it's going to cost you some intimacy. I know that under capitalism, every dime we earn, we we work really hard for, and we feel really precious about how to spend that money. And I want to present you something from my own culture, especially a culture that, a country that oftentimes have been the poorest. So we understand the value of money. And yet we don't tend to nickel and dime our friends. When I first came to the US and I realized that that was the culture here, where when you're invited to lunch with someone, it's not just saying, okay, generally, this is the bill, let's all contribute equal parts and just like pay it, but rather it will be down to who had the iced tea and who had the muscle, who had alcohol, who didn't have alcohol. So then let's split it in such even way down to the cent. It was such a shock, a culture shock. And those relationships did not stand the test of time with me personally, because I value reciprocity, not transactionality. And reciprocity says that if I take you out to lunch today, you're going to take me out to lunch tomorrow. And then we're just going to go back and forth until the end of times. And nobody's keeping track of what $5 hasn't been spent or paid back. I teach relational skills that we weren't taught or haven't really embodied because of systems of oppression that like to keep us separated, isolated, and alone. And I do that work with interdependence as the center. So I present to you that if you don't nickel and dime your friends, you can grow in intimacy, even when there is the fear of being taken advantage of, because then you will quickly realize the friends who are not reciprocal, and you can end those relationships, or at least de-escalate access to you. So something to think about. Do you find yourself just splitting the check down the middle every single time? Or are you more lenient and understanding that care is reciprocal and cyclical?